afternoon. I'm Ann Kesey, and I'm doing the devotions today for McDonough First United Methodist Church here in McDonough, Georgia. The topic of my devotions today is 1 Corinthians 13, and this is the love passage. When I was in confirmation class and in the church that I did confirmation class, we were there for 3 years. We had 3 separate years of instructions. And so when I was confirmed in 1961, I got what was the beginning of this charm bracelet. And the reason I got it was that 2 of the charms were actually had meaning for my confirmation. This one says confirmation 5/21/61, and this one is faith, hope, and love. And I don't think you can see this, but it's a heart and a cross and an anchor. And those 2 charms meant a lot to me back in 1961. Now the charm bracelet's gotten so heavy that I very rarely wear it. But it's still, each of the charms means a lot to me. I'm going to read to you 1 Corinthians 13. This was written by Paul, and the chapter is headed with these words. And now I will show you the most excellent way. And I think in this, God is really telling us that this topic is of supreme importance. Before I begin to read, this is a picture that is a part of our dining room decor. It was given to me by a voice teacher that I had back many years ago, and it is taken from this chapter of 1 Corinthians. And you can see it's love is patient, love is kind, love doesn't envy, love doesn't boast, love is not proud, and so forth. And we very much cherish this, not only because it came from a very dear friend, but it is essentially what we are about in the Kesey household. So before I begin again, and I know I keep stalling this off, but I looked up in my concordance in my Bible the number of times that faith is mentioned, faith or one of its word forms in the Bible. And I counted 441 times faith is mentioned. 39 times hope or one of its word forms are mentioned. And 753 times love is mentioned, and that is in the NIV version. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels and have not love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. In other words, I'm noise. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor, if I give and I surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when perfection comes, the imperfection disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put childish ways behind me. Now we see but a poor reflection as in a mirror. Then we will see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. The first part of this passage talks about gifts that a person could have. The gift of tongues, the gift of prophecy, and the gift of being generous and giving things away. But is saying that with these gifts, they are nothing if we don't do it out of love. And then it goes into things that love is and love is not. And it's talking about these parts. Love does not boast. Love is not proud. Love is not rude. Love does not envy. But love is kind. In other words, anything that boosts us up in other people's eyes and puts other people down is not love. Envy and love, and we are meaning here agape, which is God's unconditional love. Envy and agape love cannot exist together. If we envy someone else, we are hoping for our own gain and are not showing the same desire for our friends. There is another verse that I would like to read, and it is found in 1 John 4, verse 8. And I think this wraps the whole thing up extremely well. Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. Not God acts with love or God may be love, or God tries to love, but God is love. And so when we love others with that unconditional love, we are really showing that we have God in us, and we have taken on his characteristic of being love and showing it to others. This weekend, John and I will celebrate our 50th wedding anniversary on Saturday. And I found this particular devotion to be extremely significant in our lives this week. We're trying to celebrate every day instead of just on Saturday, because we can't celebrate any other way than to be with each other and showing love to each other. We hope that your week is filled with love and that you are showing love to others.